Welcome to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer. Shout out to the very cool people who sent me this shirt and some other clothes. Much appreciated. Moon in Taurus, Sun in Sagittarius. This is, are you ready? Are you ready? A full-on integration of supernatural energy into our ascended self and or our ascended perspective of the collective and ourself. And of course, if you subscribe to the understanding that, the sacred axiom I equals you, then collective seasons, especially like Sagittarius and Pisces, show you really head on the interconnectivity of everyone, everything, and how what happens to you is simultaneously or in some ways happening to other people while you still maintain your distinct uniqueness. I don't really know what else to tell you. You're going to see very clearly the supernatural nature of your own self, but in ways that are so practical and tangible, it will make obsolete everything that you have been doing up until now. This sixth house aspect from the moon to the sun is similar to Virgo. And the reason why it's integration is because en route for the full moon, we're literally in the sixth house putting everything together. You've planted the seeds in the new moon. You've nurtured and watered those seeds. The first quarter square that we had, moon in Pisces, now brings a challenge in order to adjust what we're activating. And by the time we're in the sixth house transit, before it's opposite in the full moon and balanced, this puts everything together. And given that this is a earth house in sign, rather, a earth house in an earth sign, you're going to see this in your finances. I think some of you might feel a little uneasy because certain things are getting better and subconsciously you're waiting for things to get worse because maybe you're not used to things kind of staying good and you're in for a surprise because I'm not going to say things are going to get better. That's perceptual, but objectively you are elevating. You're legitimately ascending into a whole new life. So certain or a lot of things that you're coming out of the past 12 years, you're never going to experience again. And for some of you, that's a lot of suffering. That's a lot of bad luck. And bad luck is really just you being out of alignment with your destiny and path. It's not even that it's bad or good luck. You're just more in alignment through your heart with your destiny or with your karma or with your path. So this is actually very exciting because you know me, I love talking about superpowers and like the power of your mind and like your perception, and this is one such transit. The moon is literally skirting over Uranus and it's getting ready to just go in that hole of possibility that will really, through that vertex, make every single one of your dreams real before it goes into Gemini and becomes true. So right now you're being receptive to how your desires and intentions are being or manifesting reality. Your desires and manifestations and intentions are making themselves real before they become true. That's moon in Taurus, moon in Gemini. The unconventionality of Uranus in Taurus forces you to think out the box so that many of you who expect things to happen much later, as they start popping them down, you may not even know how to feel because now you're having to think in ways that sync real time what you're intending to where you're now seeing in Sagittarius. Like, whoa, I was expecting to, and the reason why I say like this is some of you, this is a very behavioral transit. So you're manifesting an unconventional behavior to apply to this ascension of perspective. This is actually a badass transit. Shout out to you, moon in Taurus, sun in Sagittarius. It's not the easiest energy, but it is definitely badass. It's very, it's uniquely grounded. The major feature of this, though, is that moon Uranus that's going to definitively and quintessentially innovate the nature of how you integrate quantum matter and energy into your perspective. It's like feeling the microcosm, but being aware of the higher, bigger picture. And when I say quantum energy, I mean the natural energy and vibrations around you that vibrate on a scale way less than your ability to process with your brain. So you're not seeing this because it's quantum. It's even less than a Planck length. This is just like, you can't really sense it with your five senses, but you can feel it and you can interact with it and you can draw from this infinite potential of natural energy in connection to the causal realm of your mind that's basically just your thoughts, to now draw from that infinite energy and create through the sun in Sagittarius anything that you literally could ever imagine and visualize. And if you don't believe me, just do that right now. Just do that right now. Just focus on an intent. As you fix that intent and sense it on your body, what do you start to see? Do you start, if you just start focusing on a monkey wrench and now you're dancing, holding the monkey wrench, like, oh wow, it's real for you? Do you start to hear a commercial about a monkey wrench? Because that's not law of manifestation. That's evil ass Google. And be careful, because they out here finessing people. No, it's not a coincidence. They really do hear you. But no, but just be careful. Are you starting to see an ad of a monkey wrench? Or like, do you see a monkey wrench come through? Like, experiment with this. Magic is more an experiment than some fairy tale. And this is going to be your ability to integrate in your physical body ascended techniques and mechanisms for literally creating your reality. And like, Sagittarius is the sign of the creator. So Uranus in Taurus is like a magic beanstalk. Seriously. The only difference between Taurus and Uranus in Taurus is if we just had Taurus energy, especially Moon in Taurus, right? Okay, if we just had Moon in Taurus, right? Or if we just had Taurus energy, you're planting a seed, and in 2 weeks, it's breaking through the ground. Because Taurus is slow energy, right? It's it's already starting to grow. But with Uranus in Taurus, you plant a seed, and in 3 days, it's a tree. It's like, what the? It's a magic seed. It's a magic seed. It's a magic seed. You feel me? Okay, Uranus brings innovation, but it also brings acceleration. It brings quantum evolution. It brings innovation. It brings revolution. And Uranus is taking its time in Taurus, but what's grounding in your behavior individually is the higher perspective you've activated since the new moon. And the first quarter square is what changed fundamentally your beliefs around where you can take this ascended vision of yourself. And so based on everything you felt, Moon in Aries, it's becoming real. Some of you are on the verge of stepping into some stuff that you still feel like you can't do, because you still feel like you need to be perfect. You still feel like, no, there's more I have to do. And spirit and your spirit guides are like, oh my goodness, will this person just do this? We're send them another sign. Send them another sign. No, we were going to just send them the holy moly sign. But we did already. Send it again. Send it again. Send it again. I don't understand. They can do it. They can do it. They keep on moving the goalposts for themselves. They feel like, oh no, but now I need this. Oh, but now my body needs to be like this before I make my move on my crush, even though I've been shown over and over that this is gonna be like, no. Some of you are unconsciously trying to sabotage it, like what you're stepping into, just so it doesn't mess up. It's interesting. It's not weird. It's interesting because it's not that you're becoming conscious of this. You're actually unexpectedly to your own self, fully stepping in to what you may not have a full-on concept of understanding. And the ironic thing is, you're not even supposed to have a full-on concept. It's only once you experience and go through it that you're going to understand. You don't even have to know exactly what you're doing, because you're the creation. You're the success. So it's not until you actually step into it, do it, that you'll instantly know. You're just going to become it. You're going to become it. You're going to actualize it. You're going to be it. So the best you can do is really just focus on what you're wanting to step into and slowly but surely feel it as being real before it becomes true. Moon in Gemini, and this full moon completes the clarity. But this is very important, because Taurus, especially Moon in Taurus, is all about understanding your receptivity of your own individual value. And the lesson of Uranus in Taurus is you have to be an infinity here. Let's say Uranus is revolutionary. Uranus through Aries was, having to introduce people to identification in ways that are just completely against tradition. We've seen this in identity politics with sexuality, but this also applies to this radical new expression of yourself. And so in Taurus, you're manifesting the worth of that. And just a cheat code, what that means is you're an infinity year. You're an infinity year, right? Because I can tell you this and you can laugh at me, or you can laugh as if that's a radical mindset. Motherfucker, this is not a mindset. I'm sorry the system lied to you and presented economists with degrees, which if you think about it, their certification only applies in this planet. So if you were to take this degree anywhere out the solar system, motherfuckers will look at you like, get that fucking paper out my face. I bet in your world you had a paper that proves you own the land, and you guys, oh my God, you guys do that. This is how the rest of the universe sees us. We're ratchet. We're fucking ghetto down here. But it is what it is. So I don't know who lied to you and it made you believe within the system, within the game of Monopoly, okay, yeah, that's immutable. Don't complain. Yeah, in that game, money is everything. But you're stupid if you really think that's real life. You're probably not magic at all. If you're watching this, you're magic as fuck. You live the life. So I hope you remember you're an infinity year and you live that. Yeah, in the journey to make this liquid, some of you are wondering why you can't make certain things real, but you can make everything else real. And you haven't yet accepted that you're trying to make something real in a situation that's dead. A lot of you want to carry on traditions that are fucking dead. You see everyone else doing it because they're not alive. They're dead. They're just living out someone else's will. They're not even real. I'm not going to call them NPCs, but they're not real. They're living a whole lie. Living a whole lie. In fact, people who are living the most lies are the ones making you feel like you're weird because your truth it's not even exposing their lies, it's cognitive dissonance. But this is so very important because this is really revealing the nature of how some of you are trying to manifest things within the context of a dead system. And you are anchoring the new. You're literally bringing through your vessel so much newness and concepts that are so advanced because you are the new world, okay? This apocalypse is unveiling the new heaven and the new earth. A lot of the angels and air signs, North Node Aquas, you're here for the new heaven. A lot of North Node Virgos or earth signs, you're here for the new earth. Okay, it's very important because a lot of you are anchoring in that new energy and you're wondering why you're trying to do shit, you're trying to have relationships, you're trying to actually make certain money in the old way and it's not working. That's because you bring in new abilities. And you know this. You've been marveling at what you can do, but you're trying to have your cake and eat it too. And you're an infinity year, right? So some of you are wondering why you can't work a job and it's you're a fucking infinity year. And you can literally create your reality and you don't have a net worth based on your physical assets or what's in your bank account. Within the game you may, and if you're good at the game, then slay at the game. There's nothing wrong with being good at the game, but do you know it's a game? Or do you take the game way too seriously? Because then you have mental problems. You actually do have mental problems. A lot of people in this world have mental problems. That's why there's so much stress and there's a high suicide rate, because they forgot that there's a cosmic joke. There's a legitimate cosmic joke that all your spirit guides, angels, and people with real flesh suits know. Okay? Your heart has always known that until, maybe some people got out their house. So just really keep that in mind because this is going to revolutionize the way you tap into your infinite net worth. You can literally draw anything out of you. And for those of you in a new world, you're going to flip on that new world, but you're ahead of your time. So you're holding space as there's that, people said divergence, convergence, but some of you feel like you have to be better before you're good for certain people. And the lesson of this transit you don't have to drop a few more pounds before this person will like you. You don't have to get more money before you can be better for someone. You are that now. You must embody that. You are literally that now. And you might be moving the goalposts on yourself because of some other people's inability to recognize your worth. But you're a whole infinity here. That doesn't mean you shouldn't get better. You should continue to strive to get better, but you have to accept realistically that you are it now. You must own that, and your mission, should you choose to accept, is feel that. Okay, so this message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. You stay blessed. Godspeed. Peace.